What's going on, guys? It's Black Bigot, your host with the most. I'm coming to you from Muskegon, Michigan, and I am here at the site where Brittany Sevrey was shot and killed by her husband, Brandon Sevrey. So on April 17th of 2018, right at around 9 o'clock, 9:30 p.m., Brittany Sevrey was sitting in her car right around this parking area right here. Was sitting with a man by the name of Tommy Davis. It is unclear what their relationship was, but they were both employed at a hospital. I think it was called Mercy Health or Mercy Hospital here in Muskegon, Michigan. And they were sitting here on that fateful night when Brittany's estranged husband, Brandon Sevrey, came here, I guess seeing his wife with another man, enraged him, shot and killed his wife. She died almost instantly, dead at the scene by the time the police arrived. Tommy Davis, the other victim, was shot. The police were trying to interview him, but of course he was unable to speak because he was fighting for his life. They took him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead a couple hours later. So after Brandon shoots and kills his wife, he goes racing home. They lived about 10 minutes away or so. They lived in a very nice neighborhood. And he goes back home, feeling that he needs to kind of finish things off, so to speak. The detectives investigating the crime, they're not sure how Brandon knew that his wife was here on that night, but they feel that possibly either he had put a GPS tracker on her car. They're very cheap. You could pick one up for like $30. You could just hide it anywhere, hide it in the glove box, hide it in the trunk or whatever. Or possibly she had her location on her Facebook, so you could basically find anybody if their location on their Facebook is on and they don't know about it. She was employed as a nurse at that hospital. I believe her husband was employed. He might have been a subcontractor for a construction company, and the man, Mr. Davis, that she was sitting with in her car, I believe he was in medical billing at the hospital. So right around here is where the murder took place. This is kind of a bar area. There's a ice hockey arena across the street. So we're gonna go take a look at the Sevrey house. We're gonna go try to find out and see where this crime ultimately ended. Okay, so we are driving down Ricky Road right now. So after the murder, when Brandon killed Brittany and shot Tommy Davis, he drove down the street. This is where the Sevreys lived, was right here. We're looking for the house where they lived. Do you know which one it is?
I think it might be the one here on the right, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, this might be the house where they lived. We're just driving around. It's one of these houses right here. But anyways, long story short, so he comes back here after shooting and killing his wife and shooting the other guy who, ended up dying a few hours later. And the police are already racing up this way because they, automatically suspect that it was him who committed the shooting. And I think police suspect that he was at his home for maybe 10 minutes, where his kids were at the time 6 and 9 years old. And in one of these houses right here, we're pretty sure it's that one that we passed by. It would be on our left now. But he went out into the woods behind his house and shot and killed himself.
Yeah, I only say that because I came out here a couple days after and did a video a couple days afterwards, and this was the house that
you remember
the most empty, and everything was gone, so no cars or anything. That's why I kind of thought it was that. But we're in a rather newer subdivision
it's a nice neighborhood, right? Very nice.
In the Muskegon, the north side of Muskegon. Yeah, it's all newer homes. It's nice.
And I did a video on their graves on my other channel, Lamont at Large. They were actually buried together. I still can't wrap my head around that one. The only thing that I can come up with is they had wills where it was specific in the will that they be buried together, and I'm sure the family probably fought it and to no avail. I'm sure they hired attorneys to try to get that order reversed, and you really can't reverse a will, right?
It's tough.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unscrupulous lawyers out there that'll tell you can.
Okay, very good.
Break old widows' wills.
But anyway, so that was a quick tour of the Sevrey crime scene
Crime scene number 2.
Yeah, crime scene number 2. If you want to see their graves, go to my other channel, Lamont at Large. I'll put the link to the in the description box below. You can go check out their grave. Anyways, Lamont at Large and Treasure Troller signing off from Michigan.
Aloha.